Uh, I don't know if ganun din sa inyo, pero sa akin kasi, what happened to me, yun nga sabi ni Sos, di ba? It piles up.
Uh-huh.
Nag, nagano siya na, napupuno siya, unti-unti siyang lumalaki.
Mm.
And to me, struggle was, I was so scared of opening up to my parents because I was scared of failing them. I was scared of disappointing them.
Mhm.
Na whenever kasi na nakikita nila yung anak nila nagfi-fail, may part na kina-question nila yung sarili nila. Ano yung naging mali ko?
Aha.
Saan ako nagkulang? Naging maayos ang pagpapalaki ko sa kanila. And pinaaral ko sila sa ganito, ganyan. Binigay ko yung mga kailangan nila, gusto nila. And I was so afraid na what would they think. Kasi yun nga, yung problema kasi sa scene, hindi lang naman ikaw ang affected. Talaga.
Yes, it's true.
Diba?
Aha.
And I don't want to break yung joy nila.
Mhm.
Kasi yun nga, diba, I was looking for attention, I was looking for appreciation. And I'm a person na hindi academically excellent.
Mm. Same.
Yeah. And
It's,
Right.
doon pa lang, hindi na masyado appreciative
Yeah.
sa akin ng ma'am. Si ma'am. Kasi gusto niya mag-aral kami mabuti, maging maganda yung mga grades namin. Although nung ako'y bata-bata pa maayos yung grades ko, pero nung tumanda talaga,
ganun talaga.
di ba? Nagbubulak-bul na ako, wala na akong pakialam nung ganyan. So doon pa lang, failure na ako.
Mm.
And I try to cope up with that by being excellent in sports that would make my father proud. But yung mom ko nga, isip niya lang, sports ka na lang ng sports, hindi mo na pinapabayaan mo na pag-aaral mo. So, hearing those things, and I know na kapag in-expose ko to, madadagdagan yung kay mom, and then yung kay dad naman mawawala. At the same time, may disappointment dahil anak kang lalaki, pang-anay kang lalaki, ganito, ganyan. So, during that time, I was scared na mawala lahat. Yun. I was scared na yung tingin nila sa akin na maayos, tingin nila sa akin na trained sa church, mature na, di ba? Ayoko mawala yun. That's why I failed to open it up to them. Sabi ko, kaya ko pa naman.
Aha.
Kaya ko pang ayusin, which di ko naman talaga inayos. Tinago ko.
Aha.
Kaya ko pang itago. Basta as long as hindi nila mapapansin. Kaya ko pang i-cover up. Pero, yun nga, the small things that at first I didn't want them to bother, I don't want to bother them, now becoming bigger. And I didn't want to open it up to them hanggang sa point na na-expose na. Actually, yung kasalanan ko, hindi ko in-expose, na-expose. Dahil dun sa kadaldalan ng tao. And I think dahil na-expose yun, dahil yun nga, natuto ko. Pero nung time na na-expose yun, I could never forget the disappointment on my mom and the disappointment on my dad. He was so angry at me na dinisiplina talaga niya ako ng todo. Now, because of that, I was even more afraid to disappoint them. I was more afraid to fail them. And yun yung nag-cause ng merong another gate na nag-lock. I cannot open it. Things up to them. Nag-start sa ayaw ko silang maabala sa problema ko hanggang sa ayaw ko na silang i-fail. Hanggang sa na-fail ko nga sila, na-disappoint ko nga sila. And I don't want to do it again. Pero yun nga ang problem kasi, the more that we do not open things up to the people that we know could help us, yun yung magkakos ng gap. And admittedly, nagkaroon ng gap between me and my parents. Nalayo. Imbis na mas lalo mapalapit yung relationship namin. Yun nga, I mask things by covering them up. Yun yung lagi kong naiisip na solusyon. Just cover them up, cover them up. Huwag mo sasabihin kasi ganito na naman yung mangyayari. Ano na naman sasabihin ng mga tao sa akin? Ano na naman sasabihin ng mga tao sa kanila? As a parent, di ba? You are very well respected leader, pero pagdating as a parent, how come you're failing? So, I don't want that to happen to them. At yun yung laging sinasabi sa akin, sa isip ko, ni Satan. Hindi mo kailangan i-open up yan kasi ito na naman mangyari. Ito na naman. And, di ko alam kung kailan ako nakalaya, pero there was this moment na dumating na sa punto, I thought about suicide. I thought about killing myself, and it was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Because there was this pain, excruciating pain na, yun nga, di ko alam kung paano ko ayusin. Di ko alam kung paano ko tatanggalin. And I want to die, pero I don't want to kill myself. Does that make sense? Kasi yun nga, alam natin kasi, di ba, na yun nga, there are things that we know that hindi dapat gawin. Pero when you're at that moment and hindi ka handa, so, ayokong magpakamatay because I was afraid of going to hell. But at the same time, I wanted to die. And I remember crying to God, praying to God na, Lord, pwede po ba kunin niyo na ako? Kasi di ko alam kung paano. Ayoko na dito kasi hindi ko kaya yung pain. And I know, sabi sa salita ng Diyos, sabi sa word mo na in heaven, there are no tears, there are no more pains, no more hurts. And please, let me be there. Kasi yun nga yung maliit na yun, lumaki na lumaki, and I just felt the heaviness. And I wanted to pass. I was trying to find God sa people. I was trying to find God sa friends. I was trying to find God sa family, pero I couldn't. And the darkest moment na naranasan ko, I was sa kitchen namin kasi 3 floors kami. Kitchen, sala, and then dun sa kwarto namin. I was in the kitchen. 2 a.m. Sobrang gulong-gulo na yung isip ko, and I remember looking at the knife. May kitchen knife kami doon. Kinuha ko yun. Hawak ko na. Pero di ko alam kung anong gagawin ko. Basta ang nasa isip ko lang, gusto ko ng escape. Gusto ko ng escape doon sa pain na naranasan ko. And you can ask, di ba, bakit hindi ka magpa-deliverance? I know na it is a demonic attack. But at the same time, I believe in the power of deliverance. I believe in the power of being set free from demons. But during that time kasi, ang naging thought ko na is, yes, lalaya ako pag nagpa-deliverance ako. Matatanggal yung demonyo na nanggugulo. But what if the spirit that came out came back again, and I still don't know how to handle? It shows that I'm weak. It shows that I still haven't grown. At yun yung gusto ko mangyari sa akin. Gusto ko i-outgrow yung mga struggles ko. Gusto ko i-outgrow yung mga problema ko na whenever he wants to come back, I am now ready. I know how to handle. I know how to face you na because I've been empowered. Kaya yun din dahil lang bakit ayoko. Di ko sinabi kasi alam ko papa-deliverance ako and ganito gagawin. And then they could say na, ano ka lang, kailangan mo lang magbasa ng Bible. O kaya worship. Ganito, ganyan. But in reality, kasi what if the word that you read, that used to have an impact on your life, doesn't have any impact anymore? What if your belief in God is not that strong anymore because of yun na nga, clouded na nagpatong-patong na, sobrang bigat na.
Mhm.
And what if the songs that you used to sing and love to sing, you cannot sing it anymore because you don't believe kung ano yung kinakanta mo. And at the same time, what if the hands that you used to raise, you cannot raise it anymore because of the heaviness na nararamdaman mo. Kaya, ayoko sabihin sa kanila kasi alam ko, automatically, doon ang punta ko. Kaya, I have to deal with it to God. And isa talaga na gusto ko sa Panginoon na He always gives access for people to come to Him.
Mhm.
Which, this is not grumbling and complaining, but yun yung hindi ko nakita, naramdaman sa parents. We do not have access to come to them.
Mhm. It's true.
Why? Because
Very true.
we don't communicate that.
Mm.
'Di ba? I mean, there are no perfect parents, but if there was one thing na gusto kong I wish na na-prepare ako is that they would tell me na, okay, Fini, son, there will come a time in your life na you will struggle. There will come a time in your life na you do not know what to do.
Mhm.
And when that happens, I want you to come to me. I want you to know that you can talk to me, talk to us, open it up,
Yeah.
and we are here to help you.
Mhm.
But the problem is, I don't know where the system came from. I don't know kung saan nanggaling lahat yun na, yun nga, don't bother me with that.
Aha.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Dapat alam mo na kung ano dapat mong gawin. Dapat alam mo na kung paano mo i-handle yan. Pero yun nga, paano na po pag di ko na kaya?
Mhm.
And I want to speak to the parents. And whenever that time comes na yung anak nyo lumalapit na sa inyo, either umiiyak, or hurt, or malungkot sila, don't brush them off. They would come a time na maaring sabihin natin ang dating sa mga parents ay grumbling and complaining. Ang dating sa mga parents is we are blaming you. But that's not the reality. And we apologize if nagiging ganun po yung dating sa inyo.
Mhm.
Ang reality kasi po nun is that hindi na namin kaya.
Mhm.
And we need help.
Mhm.
We need help, but we do not know how to ask for help. Kaya maaaring dating po sa inyo is, di ba, sinisisi kayo, kaya nagrereklamo po kami. Pero we do not know how to communicate now. Itong lahat ng heaviness na nararanasan namin, we do not know how to share it po
Yes.
sa inyo. Kaya may mga tayo sa, ano ba yan, napaka-reklamador mo, kaya sobrang sensitive mo lang. No, when the time comes na talagang lumapit na sa inyo, that's the time na kung saan hindi na namin kaya ng kami lang.
Yes, it's true.
We need help.
Mhm.
And as a parent, we want na kung saan, we do not want na merong gap.
Mhm.
Ayaw namin na malayo kami sa inyo.
Ah.
Kaya, di ba, don't push us away. Kasi, yun yun din ang reason why mga kids may tendency maglayas.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly.
Because, I said it one time na whenever ang isang bata naglayas, saan siya pupunta? Sa friends.
Friends, yes.
Sa person, sa tao na kung saan kaya niya makapag-open up.
Yes.
maging vulnerable.
it's
Kaya niya
true.
maging vulnerable.
Mhm.
And if we learn to do that at home,
Mm.
I truly believe, 100% believe na walang batang mag-iisip na maglayas
Mhm.
because kaya ko namin gawin to sa bahay.
Mhm. It's true.
At a certain age kasi, parents, hindi na kami mga bata. And the way you used to handle us nung kami mga bata may not work kapag kami masyado ng aware sa aming mga emosyon.
Yeah.
And we want you at that time, during those times, we want you as a parent plus a
A
friend.
friend.
Yes.
Exactly.
We want to find that within the house.
Mhm.
And we know that's the way it should be. But because there's this wall na,
Nakaharap.
there's this wall.
Mm-mm.
And yun nga, we do not have the access because hindi nyo po sinabi sa amin yun na pwede.
Aha.
Di ba? Yung mga tayo sa tatanungin, oh, bakit di mo sinasabi sa akin yan?
Mm-mm.
I know that I should say it to you. I know that I should ask for your help. Pero reality, di ba?
Di ka.
Walang go signal.
Mm-mm.
And that was the time na I discovered talaga si Lord. Because through His Word, He said, cast all your cares unto Him.
Yes.
Because, not because He's God, not because He knows everything, but because He cares for you.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's the Word of God.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And in fact, sinabi din sa Hebrews chapter 4 na sabi dito sa verse 15, sabi, Jesus, our high priest, is able to understand our weaknesses.
Mhm.
When Jesus lived on earth, He was tempted in every way. He was tempted in the same ways we are tempted, but He never sinned.
Ah.
In other translations, He said, He knows how to sympathize with you.
Mm.
And yun yung hope namin
Yeah.
as kids.
Yes.
That's why we come to our parents. We do not come to our parents to blame them, to argue with them. We come to our parents to ask for help. We do not know how. Kaya
Mm.
we are hoping that yung understanding, hindi sa bababa kayo sa level namin, kundi the struggle is real.
Mm. That's true. And there are sometimes na sinasabi natin sa magulang natin ay dapat ganito ang ginawa nyo nung nag-open up ako sa inyo. Pero di natin masabi, di ba? Dahil gusto namin na sila magkaroon na meron open door to our parents. Ay, yun din ang isa sa sinabi ko. Yun ang naging turning point sa akin na I felt na hindi ako sinesupport sa pagte-tennis ko. I'm not being supported bilang anak. Tapos, yung isang very specific na naging turning point ko is I can't open up sa parents ko. So, paano pa kapag may anak na ako? Na ayoko mangyari yun, di ba? Kasi I promised myself na sa future kapag may anak na ako, I will be their best friend. Because I do not, naranasan ko na yung feeling kung paano na kapag mag-open up ako sa magulang ko, tapos I'm just being brushed away. Tapos naranasan ko na yun. So ayaw ko na maranasan ng anak ko sa future. The way na I wanted supports from my parents, di ba? Kahit my dad, he never went sa tennis game ko, kahit isa. At parang gusto kong bumawi sa anak ko, sa magiging future anak ko, na sa future, ito ang gagawin ko. I will be their best friend. Sasabihin ko sa kanila na you can open up to me. Dahil yun nga, naranasan ko na I cannot open up sa parents ko. Tapos, makakaroon ako ng anak. Tapos, there will be situations. Siyempre, darating sa point na yan. So, I decided, that became a turning point to myself na I will not take it for granted na nandito pa yung mommy ko sa church. Kahit wala na yung daddy ko dito sa church. I'm grateful na he's in my life. And that's the thing na gusto ko makita ng mga ibang kabataan. You should be grateful for your parents. Na take every opportunity while they're still there. Na habang nandyan pa yung mommy ko, I make every effort na kausapin ko pa siya kahit malayo siya. At di ko nakita yung bigat sa akin. Na akala ko nung una na magiging, mas meron akong kalayaan dahil malayo ako sa magulang ko. Pero it's not. I miss the moments na kasama ko sila. Na kasama ko yung daddy ko, kasama ko yung mommy ko. The times na bata pa ako, nasa kanila ako lumalapit, di ba? Yung mga times na yan, na kapag may problema ako, I will always go to them the first thing. Pero nakita ko na as I grow up, nagiging more aware ako sa sarili ko. Parang, it's like very selfish on my part compared sa'yo dahil yung sinasabi mo na you don't want to be a failure sa magulang mo. Pero ako naman, ayoko naman ma-expose yung kasalanan ko dahil ayoko na masaktan ako, ayoko yung discipline. At yun nga, dun ko nakita na mali talaga na on my part dahil hindi ako nag-open up sa parents ko. And I'm not blaming them katulad na sinabi mo, pero wala ako talagang time na I can open up to them dahil I was always being brushed off. Mag-open up ako. Tapos sasabihin nila, ay wag kang maging dramatic. So, pero I am expressing myself sa magulang ko at doon nag-start na lumayo ako sa kanila. Doon nag-start na ayaw ko mag-open up, mag-express sa kanila dahil ang feeling ko, ini-ignore lang yung feelings ko, I'm being invalidated. Kaya nga tayo yung sinabi mo na kapag lalayas ang unang iniisip, yung pupunta sa kaibigan dahil doon tayo pwede maging vulnerable. At yun nga, kaya nga, me myself, yun dun ako naging vulnerable sa mga kaibigan ko sa school. At it became yung turning point ko na ayoko nangyari yun na sa future na magiging anak ko na lalapit sila sa iba kaysa sa akin. Ang sakit nun. Na ibang lalapitan ng anak mo bago ikaw bilang tatay. So, doon naging turning point ko na I need to be better bilang anak. Tsaka the way na babawi ako sa future. Maaari sinasabi, like ayoko yung mga sinasabi ng daddy ko sa akin. Pero yun nga, sinabi sa akin ni Apostle Joseph, na kahit sundin mo yung salita niya, yung mga utos niya, pero wag mong gayahin yung buhay niya. Yun din at sinabi sa Bible, di ba? Yung mga Pharisees. Gawin mo yung inuutos nila, pero wag mong gayahin yung buhay nila. At doon ko nakita na at sinabi pa ni Apostle Joseph yung sa harap ng tatay ko. At kahit gusto ko na maging malapit ako sa daddy ko, hindi niya nakita yung gusto mangyari na magkaroon kami ng bonding, quality time, yes. Dahil dun ang bigat ng sa akin nun, na-realize ko na never niya pumunta sa tennis game ko. Never niya na in-encourage ako katulad ng mga nakikita natin sa movies. Kahit sa totoong buhay na yung mga tatay kapag tapos ng game nila, oh, good job anak, kahit talo ka, magaling, you did your effort. Like, di ko naranasan yon. And that's something na ang bigat sa akin na gusto ko na ipasa sa susunod na henerasyon. Ayun.
Well, kanina, habang sasalita ka, I remember one youth. Actually, you know this kasi it happened recently. Kanina, yung mga sinabi niya kanina, I already heard it na habang meron kaming kinakounsel na kabataan na he has a problem with his parents. And ang problem niya is that he's looking for his worth, na gusto niyang patunayan yung na kaya niyang gawin yung gusto niyang gawin. Na even without his parents, is that kaya pa rin niya. And isa sa mga sinabi ko sa kanya nun is that, alam mo, kasi sabi niya parang, hindi pala parang, ang sinasabi niya is that, nape-pressure siya. Na every time na nag-open up siya sa mga sa parents niya, sa parang baliwala lang, mas lalo pagagalitan pa, ganyan. So, sabi ko sa kanya, alam mo, hindi mo kailangan hanapin yung worth mo by proving yourself. Kasi ang katwiran yun is that yun nga, gusto na niyang parang binubukod doon niya yung sarili niya in an early age. Pero sabi ko nga sa kanya, alam mo, you don't have to prove anything as of this moment, as of now, because you're still studying. Nag-aaral ka pa rin. And I asked him nga, sino ba nagpapaaral sa'yo? Di ba parents mo pa rin? So, doon pa lang talo ka na eh. Kasi, anong kailangan mo patunayan? Samantalang pinag-aaral ka ng mga magulang mo. So, nakita ko yun, no, hindi ko man on my experience, hindi ko gano'n na-experience kung paano nyo na-experience parehas. Pero, I can still relate. No, kasi at the same time, I can still learn kasi at the same time, yung pressure din nape-pressure din. Diba? When, ng time na nakaramdam ako ng pressure, naglayas din ako. But, I still don't know where to go. The same time, yung pa rin ang end up ko, babalik pa rin ako.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi yun din ang bagsak nun eh. Yun din ang bagsak ko nun. I'm still looking for worth. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to prove a point na kaya ko na, sige. Diba? Pero yun nga, na-realize ko, doon pa lang eh. So, pag-aaral pa lang siya ba nagpapaaral sa akin? Diba? So, yun yung sinabi ko doon sa kabataan. You don't need to prove a point para lang masabi mo na kaya ko, ganyan. Kasi, as we all know, meron siyang store. Diba? But, yun nga, hindi pa rin doon mababase. Diba? At the end of the day, kahit, sabihin natin lumaki na tayo, I am grateful kasi yung journey ko bilang anak is napagdaanan ko. Na, tinama ako, mga words, pinalo ako, yung mga words na masasakit, na narinig ko, ganyan, na-hurt ako, ganyan. At the end of the day, they're still my parents.
Yes.
Diba? They're still my parents. Diba? I'm grateful to them na, yun nga, pinag-aaral nila ako, they gave me what I want, and they don't give me na kung saan, ano yun, di ko talaga need. They prohibit me from things na hindi naman talaga dapat makakatulong sa akin.
Not necessity.
Sabi ko nga doon sa kabataan, alam mo, may mga prohibition pa rin tayo. Na kahit sabihin pa natin malalaki na tayo, diba? What if dumating sa point, sabi nga sa stress ng time, what if magpalit tayo ng senaryo? Wala akong tatay. Ikaw, wala kang tatay. Ayan. Tapos, sige, gawin mo kung anong gusto mo. Diba? You do what you want. Pero, pag dumating ka na doon sa point na naranasan mo na yung hirap, ganyan, doon mo na marirealize, sana pala una pala nakinig na ako sa mga magulang ko. Sana una pa lang, sinunod ko na sila. So, on my part, I'm grateful na I walked through the process of listening to them, following them in spite of the pressure. Of course, firstborn, ganyan yun. Of course, siyempre may mga expectations as firstborn, but I set those things aside first because hindi ko pa yung priority. My priority is that to follow them, to obey them, diba? Though, yes, I gone through the process of hirap din mag-open sa kanila. I've gone through the process na kailangan pa nila akong tanungin para lang makapag-open. Kasi yun nga, we have this kind of gap. We have this kind of gap na nagsiseparate between the parents and the sons or daughter. So, but yun nga, through that process, I learned so much. Na I learned to appreciate them by by following them, diba? At the same time, to meet their expectation somehow. Na kahit hindi man mabuo yung expectation nila, at least alam nila na sinusundan ko yung expectations nila. So,
Yung kasi, I would like to say something that could help others be set free sa ganito. Kasi yun nga, the way that the parents expect us to handle our problems, subconsciously, you are teaching your kid, you're teaching your son, your daughter to be independent. Because if you expect them to know how to handle everything in their life without your guidance, without your help, then why do we need you? That's why they have these thoughts na, okay, kaya ko na kasi may certain standard kayo na pagdating sa ganito, o dapat kaya ko na. Kapag ganito, kaya ko na. And subconsciously or unconsciously, yun ang danger nun na pwede nilang ilipat yung ganong klaseng standard nyo sa buhay nila na, okay, kaya ko na nang hindi na kayo kasama.
Yeah.
Which is a man of God I saw, sinabi niya sa kanyang turo na if dependence is the goal, then weakness is an advantage. What does that mean? If dependence is a goal, if God wants us to be dependent to Him, then our weakness is an advantage in the sense that it makes us closer to God.
Yes.
It pushes us closer to God. The moment we realize that I cannot do this on my own, I need to find someone who can help me to do it.
Yes.
Who knows how to do it. And God knows how.
Yes.
God knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why He invites the people, to those who are brokenhearted, come. To those who have troubles, come. If you're weary, come.
Yeah.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Those who run after it, they shall be saved. He wants you to come because your weakness is an advantage to Him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the grace of God.
Yeah.
The grace of God is made perfect in our weaknesses. That's why whenever we feel weak, our first response should be to come closer than to run away.
Mm-hmm.
But if we have grown in a system or a culture that doesn't allow that to happen, nagiging reverse ang effect. Nagiging reverse ang response, which is we rather run away than to come close.
Yeah.
Kaya I pray that this would help others. Now, in the sense na kung kayo naman ng mga kabataan, you should pursue being close to your parents.
Yes.
You do not don't expect that every effort should come from them.
Yes.
Because God sees everything.
Yeah.
It all comes down to roles. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Children should obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Father and mother should love one another. The mother should serve and the father should love just as Christ loves the church. But in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4, sinabi nga doon, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger lest they be discouraged. Na it means, di ba, we have to be disciplined. At the same time, we should not be provoked to anger na, to the point na madi-discourage siya tayo. So, may mga certain roles and God, pinaka-first ministry talaga ng father is family niya. Kapag ang isang ama ay nahirapan sa family, mahihirapan siya makapag-minister to the
You know,
congregation.
I would like to connect with that though. Kasi, balikan natin yung conversation natin kanina na about opening up. Diba? Kasi, yun nga nakita ko, actually ako talaga I experienced that. My mom once told me that if I can't be disciplined by them, by her as a leader, wala siyang karapatan para mag-minister sa ibang tao. Kung kami mismo sa family, hindi niya kami kayang ministeran.
It's true.
She cannot, or our leaders cannot minister with. Mag-struggle siya. So, yun talaga. At the same time, dun din ako nagising. Dun din ako talaga naging aware na I have to be disciplined by them. I have to, of course, may pressure. Of course, may pressure. Pero yun nga hindi ko inisip yun. Kasi the more naisipin ko yun, the more lang na madadown ako yun. But yun nga, it's about representation din eh. As a son of a leader, I thought na kung saan talagang I have to gone through the process of discipline by them so that they can represent the church. At the same time, they can freely minister to people. Kasi yun yung possible na mag-hold back sa kanila sa mga magulang na leaders ng church. Maging doubt sa kanila na parang ang hirap pag-minister sa mga tao to kasi yung pamilya ko nga, ano yung testimony nila? Yung testimony ng pamilya ko. Diba?
So in a sense, meron din tayong responsibility to protect our parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Diba? Na
Aha.
hindi lang ang responsibilidad sa kanila. Pero di tayo responsibilidad
Yes.
na mag-ayos tayo in
Mm-mm.
order to protect them so that they can continue
Yeah.
ministry.
Yes.
Alam mo, hindi lang din yan sa hindi lang din sa as church leaders. Pwede rin yan sa school.
Oo.
Halimbawa, yung teacher, meron siyang anak. Tapos nag-aaral din in the same school.
Mhm.
Pwede rin yun eh. Pwede rin mag-apply doon na, di ka pwede mag-loko-loko kasi
Yeah.
you're also representing your mother
Yes.
or your father na who's also teaching in that same school.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Diba? So, it applies to every aspect.
Yes.
Na lalo kung nasa front line yung mga parents. Diba? So, pero sa atin as sons of leaders sa church, yun din yung ako. Yun talaga yung naging isa sa mga responsibility ko na I have to level up at the same time to become more mature so that I can represent my parents rightly. Diba? At the same time, talagang maramdaman nila na kung saan hindi kami pabigat. Hindi ako pabigat na para magbigay daan, para hindi sila makapag-minister sa mga tao. Pero on my part, on the other hand, sa akin, yun nga, like you mentioned kanina pa, Sophie, I have to fix myself. I have to be more responsible. I have to be more accountable.
Yes.
So I have to be more mature para to protect them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that we do not just need to be matured spiritually, but we need to be matured even emotionally?
Emotion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because emotion comes from God.
Mhm.
Diba? God
Yeah.
gave us emotions. But the problem is we tend to let our emotions lead us rather than us leading our emotions.
Yeah, right.
Because yun nga, it all stems down to we do not know how.
Mhm.
Kaya nung time nung nag-struggle din ako, yun nga sabi ko nga kay Lord na I need to overcome this so that I can help others as well.
Mm-mm.
Not only the people inside the church, but even people outside the church.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because the devil could stir up your emotions, make you think all these negative things that could eventually affect your decisions in life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But when you have been given the power through understanding, through experience and relationship with God, you have been given the power now to take authority, take hold of your emotions,
Mhm.
and make it submissive to Christ, not to yourself.
Yes.
Because in the end, emotions could overwhelm us.
Mhm.
Diba? But when we take hold of these emotions and then we give it to Christ, you make it submissive to Christ,
Mhm.
He can help us.
Mhm.
Ba? Kaya, emotions should not be, wag mong pansinin yan, kundi,
Mm.
know why. No,
Yeah.
know saan pumapasok,
Understand.
bakit ganito. And know how to handle it to the wisdom of God.
Mhm. Yes.
Diba?
It's
No,
true.
I can relate to that. Kasi there's this one service that we have na Apostle Joseph mentioned that our emotion, parang you have to tame your emotions.
Mm.
Kung halimbawa, for example, ako, sa mga nakakilala sa akin dyan, jolly person ako.
Mhm.
Madali ako makihalubilo sa mga tao. I can be happy. I can lighten up the atmosphere or the atmosphere kapag halimbawa malungkot yung mga tao, ganyan, di ba?
Yeah.
But nung narinig ko yung revelation na yun na sinabi ni Apostle Joseph na sa mga jolly dyan, yung mga overreactive people, or overjoyed people, you should
Control.
lower the level and try to be serious.
Tone it down.
Lessen.
Tone it down.
Tone it down and lessen the jolly thing.
Jolliness.
Yan. While on the other hand, sa pagiging seryoso mo naman, diba, try to, diba,
Lighten up.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, nung narinig ko yun, after hearing that, naging palaisipan siya sa akin. And it struck me, August. So, nung time na, kailan kayo June, nag-US sila.
Mhm.
Talagang it struck me na talagang sobrang lalim.
Mhm.
I've come to the point talaga nag-overthink ako, pinag-isip ako na maigi yun. At the same time, na-evaluate ko lahat.
Mhm.
So, nung after ko siya na-evaluate, sabi ko, bakit di ko i-try? Diba? talagang ginawa ko nun, guys, ang ginawa ko nun, talagang tinone down ko, as in,
Isolated.
oh, yeah. I mean, sorry, in-isolate ko yung sarili ko. I mean, yun talaga yun. Kasi as I gone through the process of thinking, evaluating, diba? Nakita ko rin yung mga even small details.
Yeah.
So, even small details nakita ko. And nung nalaman niya nga yun, Pastor Fino yun, nung nalaman niya yun, meron siyang sinabi talagang nagustuhan ko talagang na-appreciate ko yun is that to see the bigger picture, you have to go back. You have to go backwards. Back. Kasi sabi niya nun, naka-zoom in kay. Kaya hindi ko makita. So, I have to pull myself back.
See the bigger picture.
I have to isolate so that I can see the bigger picture. Doon nung una talagang marami nagtaka. That the whole month na nanood doon sila sa US. Talaga nagtaka sila bakit ganito si Jerry, what happened. Though I get it kasi syempre nakakapanibago. At the same time, malit ang mundo ko eh. We're in a community na kung saan tayo lang magkakakilala. And yet, me isolating myself, sobrang obvious nun. So, pero hindi ako nag-focus doon. There are deeper things. There are deep reasons kung bakit I have to do it. And because of that revelation na sinabi ni Apostle Joseph, kaya ako ginawa yun. So, through that process, through that whole month, ang dami kong nakita, ang dami kong na-realize. Kaya pala ako ganito, kaya ako ganyan. Kasi nagsawa rin talaga ako doon sa word na quote-unquote papansin. alam mo mga pinsan ko yan. Pero yun nga, kailangan ko pagdaanan talaga yun. I have to go through that process. So that I can see or can look to that bigger picture na, Jerry, kailangan mo mag-level up, kailangan mo mag-mature. Not just in the area of spirituality, but also in the area of emotion. At the same time, not just as a spiritual being, but as a human being. Diba? And nakita ko, and talagang I thank God na pinagdaanan ko yun. Though, ang hirap sa una kasi may mga bagay talaga na yung gamitin ko ulit yung word the prohibition. Na kailangan mo nung hindi gawin to na maaring usually madalas mong ginagawa pero kailangan mo nang i-tone down, kailangan mong pigilan yung sarili mo. Diba? And noong time na yun talagang ayoko kasi na or we are being trained na kung saan hindi namin ipagmalaki yung sarili namin by saying na nagbago na kami. We want na kung saan na manggaling sa iba. So, yun yung nangyari. Nalaman ko na talagang may pagbabago is that maraming nagsabi sa akin na ano nangyari sa'yo, Jerry? Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? Even sa kanya, do kahit malayo kami or sa chat lang.
Chat ko lang napansin.
Sa chat lang napansin na.
Naging cold na siya sa akin.
Naging cold ako. Ganyan sa message, ganyan.
Hindi siya malambing.
Hindi ko pinapaalam. Hindi ko pa, syempre, wala siya dito. So, hindi niya kita kung ano yung process na pinagdaanan ko. Pero nung nalaman niya, na-realize niya, kaya pala. So, yun, doon ko nalaman na may changes na nangyari sa akin because yung surroundings ko or yung usual people na kasama ko is that napansin nila. And yun nga, through that revelation, talagang struck me down talaga. Na it's not just about your spirituality, it's not just your maturity in the area of spirituality, but also how do you handle your emotion. Kaya maganda yung movie na Inside Out, no? So, Inside Out. Oo, maganda.
Mag-usapan natin yung pag napanood natin. I-review natin.
Maganda yung movie na yun. I can relate to that. So, yun nga, how do I handle my emotion?
Yeah, cool.
Na hindi, at saka isa pang natutunan ko doon is that, natutunan ko na hindi ko ibase yung emotion ko based yung sino mga kasama ko.
Yes.
Kapag may mga kasama ko, I can be happy. Pero kapag mag-isa na ako, ganito yung nararamdaman ko. So, yun yung mga bagay na nag-broaden yung perspective ko
Yes.
as a person na I don't always base myself
Amen.
sa mga taong nakakasalamuha ko. Even
Yes.
to my even with myself na kapag ako lang, how do I make myself productive? How do I make myself happy? Kasi it's all about not just about being happy. It's about your peace. Yung kapayapaan na
Yes.
sa mo pwedeng kuhanin yung kapayapaan, yung peace
Mhm.
na dapat mong makuha. Kasi nowadays nga, 'di ba? As a bilang kabataan, nakikita natin through media na ang nagiging laban is about emotion.
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Through emotions, 'di ba?
Yes.
Paano na nila ilalabas yung emotion nila
Yes.
through media?
Mm, yeah.
Media ang nagiging
Output,
nagiging channel,
outlet.
nagiging output ng kanilang emotions. Pero as a believer, 'di ba? As a believer, how
Yes.
do I express my emotion?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? How do you make a difference from worldly perspective to a godly perspective? And
Yeah.
I think God, because yun nga, pinagdaanan ko yung mga process na yun, na how do I handle emotions, I learn how to be more patient when it comes sa mga handle situation, ganyan, kapag natataranta. Usually pag natataranta talaga, dyan lumalabas.
Mhm.
And actually sabi mo yun sa akin, Pastor, one time na talagang because of this revival, of youth revival that we have, you try as much as possible to be maging patient.
Mhm.
Kasi
Yes.
una sa lahat, nagsisimula pa lang tong revival na meron tayo. And isa sa mga pinag-usapan natin no Sunday lang, diba? Nag-sharing tayo na yung pinagdaanan ko before itong time na magkausap tayo. Napapanood nyo ako. Through the process from the past is that yun nga na-experience ko yung kumbaga kung ano yung na-experience ng mga kabataan sa labas.
Mm.
What it's like to be depressed, anxiety, lost people,
Fear.
yung fear of losing people, fear of missing out, kung saka yung FOMO, diba? Ngayon ko lang siya na-realize, sabi ko kay Pastor Fini na lately ko lang na-realize kaya pala naranasan ko siya so that hindi ko lang masabi doon sa mga kausap ko na naiintindihan kita.
Mhm.
I understand your situation. Pero ang meaning talaga is that I really understand because ako rin mismo napagdaanan ko yung situation na yun.
Yung kasi ang difference ng sympathy sa empathy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sympathy is you understand how they feel.
Yeah.
You try to comfort them.
Yeah.
But empathy is about putting yourself in
Ito
their
na,
shoes.
Mm-hmm.
In their position.
Yeah.
Which is di ko naiintindihan din yung dati. And yun nga, nakikita ko nga, sabi ko nga din kay Jerry na, yun yung dinidevelop sa atin ni Lord. That we had to go through those things so that we can develop empathy.
Mhm.
And eventually lead them to Christ.
Mhm.
Not to ourselves.
Mhm.
We do not want to boast about how good we are, how kind we are, how patient we are. No, we want to lead them to Christ. We want to lead you. We want to lead you guys to our Savior.
Yes.
And to end this episode, I would like to share yung sinabi sa Malakay chapter 4 that before the last days, the hearts of the Father will turn to their children and the hearts of the children will turn to the
Their
Father.
fathers.
And I believe yun ang gusto ni Lord mangyari because ang goal ni Satan is division. Division within the family, division in the church,
Yeah.
division with ganito ganyan, relatives. He always wants division, but God wants us to unite with one another. And we can only learn how to unite with one another if we can develop the godly kind of love.
Mhm.
It's one of the gates of the anointing, love and unity.
Love and unity.
So if you can read mga passages, mga books ni Paul, he always talks about love one another, be kind to one another, encourage one another, build up one another, ganito ganyan. And we just like to encourage everyone that the pain that you think is meant for you to be isolated sa mga parents mo, sa mga friends mo, is the pain that is meant for you to go to God.
Yes.
That is meant for you to draw close to God. Yun yung magpupush sa inyo Kaya we would like to give you a perspective, different kind of perspective on how to deal with your emotions, on how to deal with your situations in life, because we are honest, we don't know how you guys feel, lalo na yung mga hindi po namin nakakasama sa church or di talaga nag-church. But I can say that God has a story for every one of us.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it could be that God is waiting for you na. He's waiting for you to use that pain, to use that trauma, to use that depression, anxiety, to call unto God, to draw to God, and He will draw near to you. We would like to give you hope, guys, and we are going to continue to develop ourselves because we have been entrusted with the ministry to help other youth, to help other people to overcome the way kung paano kami tinuturuan. Hindi kung paano namin na-overcome, kung paano kami tinuturuan ni Lord na i-overcome. Because we are still learning, we are still growing, we are still changing. That's why we want to encourage you guys, you know, and if ever you have any topics that you want us to discuss, you can comment it down. Wag kayong mahiya, and at the same time we would love to hear from you guys as well. So again, we would just like to say that from the bottom of our hearts, guys, we love you.
Yes, sir.
We love you with the love of the Lord, and hopefully yung mga nanonood behind the screen, one day mamimit din namin kayo personally, and we would like to hear your stories.
Yes.
Okay, so good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Yes,
See ya.
sir. See ya.
See you next episode.